Ever since your wife dropped in the bomb of divorce, you've been in panic mode, frantically searching online and buying and reading every single book on saving a marriage or relationships that you can. You've probably been working out, maybe even talking to a therapist, anything to transform yourself and win her back. Now, some questions rushing through your mind are, will all this effort actually win her back, or is there another way? How long will it take to actually win her back? What are the percentage chances she even does come back with all of this effort? And is it all worth it in the end? I mean, if a resounding yes isn't your answer to the last one, then you're in the wrong place and just click away. However, in today's video, I'm gonna answer all those questions, okay? And I'm gonna personally tell you what I would say to you if we were to hop on a call together to answer those questions. And as a special treat for you, for those who are statistically inclined, I took all the hundreds of marriages we saved, I took the average amount of weeks it took all those men, and I'm gonna give you that number at the very end because I know a lot of you have that question, okay? Let's hop in. When Jake had the absolute pleasure to work with me, he asked me on the first call, okay, Josh, how's it looking? How many weeks will it take to win her back? The next week? You know, Josh, I was looking on the Facebook group and I see that guys are winning their wife back in around 3 to 4 weeks sometimes. It makes me lose hope because I'm at the 4-week mark. Then the following week in session, you know, Josh, I see guys in the Facebook group and it took them about 2 to 3 months to win their wife back. And I haven't won my wife back. And it makes me think like, I'm just gonna lose hope. So I said, Kyle, can I ask you an offbeat question? Yeah, sure. When you make love to your wife, or the last time you did, how long did you last? I mean, did you rush to the finish line? Well, I mean, I don't know, if I think about it, it's been so long, but if we did it now, I probably wouldn't last that long because it's been so long. Right, well, what if I told you that that part of you, the part of you that asks these questions, like how long am I take to win her back, that part of you is also the part of you that she's simultaneously rejecting. Do you see that? And he took that in for a bit, as should you. Go back and play that again. Kyle's rushing stems from one place, insecurity. She needs a secure man because a secure man makes her feel safe. And no matter what work we do here, if you do not understand what I'm about to tell you, she will never come back. Cool? So let me tell you what I told Kyle next. Look, man, if you're asking the question, I don't care if, you know, whether she's still in the house and you guys haven't had sex in a long time, whether she just moved out, whether she handed the divorce papers in, whatever part of your marriage situation is with her, I don't care if it's been 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 6 months. I want you to think of it like this. Imagine if she's gonna come back to you. She's gonna give you an opportunity. All women do. If you are on this path of bettering yourself, listening to all my videos, she will have the curiosity and then she will come back to you. But I want you to think of it like this. Imagine that she's gonna have this opportunity where she's gonna fall into your arms. And she expects you to have the strength to pick her up and carry her and put her above your arms, right? But in order to have the strength to do that, you must work out every single day. You must put in reps in the gym. You must get strong. And if you do not, because you don't want to put the work in, because what if she never falls into your arms? Why would I put myself through all this toil and trouble and getting better at myself and seeing a therapist and exploring my past wounds and all these things to become a better man? Why would I want to do that if possibly she doesn't come back? You are missing the point. You see what I mean? You do these things because it's the man you want to be. And no matter what, when she gives you that opportunity, which she inevitably will give you that opportunity, you'll be able to sweep her off of her feet. You see what I mean? What we see from the men we work with, there is a clear distinction in doing this for such a long time. If I didn't see this distinction, I'd be an idiot, right? Because it's right in front of my face. There are the men that ask specific questions that don't win their wife back. And these guys say, how long is it going to take? Why is the other guy in the picture? How do I deal with her narcissism? How do I stop her from taking stabs and jabs at me? I'm not demonizing this guy. If you are there, if you are asking those questions, that's fine. But just recognize the place you want to get to is the man you want to become doesn't ask those questions. He says, what kind of man do I need to become that makes her come back? The quality of the question you ask determines the quality of your life. Okay, that's a Tony Robbins quote. If I could relate this to money, I know a lot of people who watch this are successful. Even if you're not, it's fine. I think success is doing what you want with who you want. It's not a financial number. But anyways, the point I'm trying to make is, let's say, for example, you wanted a better financial life. You can ask yourself, what can I do to make the most per hour in my field? That's a question. That's a good question to ask to make more money, for sure. But what if you started asking yourself questions like, how can I make passive income? How can I build a system that makes money for me? How can I get others to do work for me? How can I find investments that make money for me? You see, those questions lead to a different life. And it's the same thing here. If you're asking the question, how long will it take? I know where that's coming from emotionally. It's coming from the place of panic. It's coming from the place of anxiety. And I understand it. I really do. I get it. I've been there. you're tired of sleeping alone at night, not feeling loved, seeing her in pain, it just makes you in pain, not feeling good enough. I get it. I do. But we have to start asking ourselves different questions, okay? Better quality questions is a better quality man. I'm gonna quote a very modern, famous poet. Look, if you had one shot or one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in one moment, would you capture it or let it slip? Some other questions you wanna ask yourself is, what happens if I don't go on this personal transformation? What happens if I don't take action and don't do something differently? What would I regret most if I don't try my hardest to win her back? Okay, so like I said, I did go over the average amount of weeks for how long it took our average client to win their wife back. At this point, you shouldn't still want this answer because it's defeating the purpose, but I did make a promise. I'm a man of, I do what I say. And the average amount of weeks it took our clients to win their wife back was 10 weeks. So if 2.5 months on average is too long for you, maybe she's not worth it for you. And that's a bitter pill to swallow. But I know 99% of the men listening to my words right now, she is worth it. That's why you're listening to me. That's why you're searching for answers. And you can continue to do this on your own, but I would recommend, if time is of essence and you want to shorten that gap of weeks, the learning curve, iteration learning curve between taking action, seeing messing up or not, this is where coaching does come in, right? You could do this on your own. You could try to win her back. You could read more books, you could watch more videos, and you might eventually get it. But what I've seen due to the tipping curve we talked about in previous videos, if you're doing the wrong thing still and you're not aware of why you're doing it's wrong and just pushing her away, it's gonna make it harder for you. It's more of an uphill battle. And I don't wanna put pressure on you, but you do know this is a time sensitive matter. And so whether it's through me, my program, the guys we talk to, our marriage evaluators, or someone else, please promise me you'll take action, because the reason I do this is because I know the devastation that's caused from a broken family, what that does to your kids, what that does to different generations moving forward. It's our mission here to save 1 million marriages, to help men become the best versions of themselves, to learn how to lead and love in their community, okay? Now, if that is important to you, you can set up a call down below with our team, but you must be fully committed. We can only take guys. We can only work with men who are fully committed, okay? Looking ready to make a change in their life. So if that is you, click the link down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.